You're listening to the Mobcast Network.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life, a look at news, reviews, and other happenings from a galaxy far, far away. Here are your hosts, Scotty and JD.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life. How about that?
Your Star Wars Life?
Your Star Wars Life. How about your
Welcome
Star
to
Wars?
your
Star Wars
Star
Life.
Wars Life.
Or my Star
And
Wars
mine.
Life. Whatever.
And
It's
mine.
a Star Wars Life. I'm an every American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty, and I'm joined by, as always, our Jedi Master.
JD, hello.
And the
Gotta get used to this.
the man who puts men into Mendos is still on assignment.
It's
Did you see the picture I posted for, like in the video? I
didn't.
So
no.
he went to Devil's Tower, like where they filmed Close Encounters. Like,
boom, boom, boom.
yeah, a few months ago, and so he's got all these like high glam production shots of him just staring at things, and just. And I love it. So I put that's what I posted last, and I probably will now see so you can remember. I'll post another one.
We should also add Nappy Award winning.
Nappy Award winning, yes, Nappy Award winning. That does not mean anything to anyone outside of Mobile.
It's okay. It's an award.
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna win it next year.
It's a prestigious award. It is fragile.
Fragile. It is fragile. All comes down to movies for us. And so when Drew's not here, we bring in our producer Caleb in.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, Caleb.
We haven't.
Yeah, we
Oh,
don't.
I got it. Because we don't have a nickname for you. So and producer Caleb works fine,
Yeah.
fine for all the shows, but because of the situation, and you may feel where I'm going with this, but we do have a Jedi Master. Can we totally have a Padawan?
I mean,
And since
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
and since my favorite Padawan is Caleb Dune, so he's totally our Kanan. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Our canon Kanan.
Our Kanan. Our Kanan.
Our canon
Caleb.
Kanan. Canon.
All right.
That's all C's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
No, that's CKC.
Okay, that's okay.
they're all the hard K sounds. So.
That's bad.
So it may be bad for an audio, but we're just gonna stick with Padawan.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
But in my heart, it's gonna be we're gonna be a hard either. No.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. We're a diverse podcast.
We'll figure it out.
And this is My Star Wars Life. We like to talk Star Wars.
Tell you what, though, if we do the three hard noises for him, then I'll instead of Jedi Master, I'll just be Grand Wizard of the Jedi Order. No.
Oh, and Q being canceled in 5, 4, 3. It'd be the most press we ever got, so I'm kind of okay with it.
Oh, no.
Strange podcast in Alabama. Suddenly can't. No. Yeah, they say there's no good, no bad publicity. I'm like, maybe.
I don't know. Lately, there is.
If your career ends, it's bad.
Well, it's not really my career. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, we will eventually talk about the Bad Batch episode 2.
Sure.
Cut and run. Hey, look at me remembering things.
Yeah.
But as we have, I think there's one thing we need to talk about for a long while. So this week, Disney released information about the Star Wars Hotel.
All right.
And originally, we all thought it was going to be pricey.
And we were right.
Yeah.
We at Disney were like, "Oh yeah, it's pricey," and they're like, "How pricey?" They're like, "Hold my beer, pricey."
Well, you remember that lightsaber we showed you that works?
Yeah.
That kind of pricey.
Yeah. No lie, and I'm gonna pull up the pricing. That's what I'm looking at now. Walt Disney World, the Galactic Starcruiser, a 2-night immersive adventure, begins in the spring. I don't want to do it in the spring. I want to wait. I want to do it, but
I mean, everybody's going to be signed up for as soon as it opens anyway. So it's
but
like
I want all the bugs worked out of it. I'm not paying. If I'm going to pay a lot of money for it, it's got to be smooth.
Yeah, they need to have cleared the Minox off the hull of the ship.
Don't want to be a beta tester for the hotel.
Exactly.
No. We don't want to find out we're not on an asteroid.
Cabins and suites. Okay, this is where we're going to. Okay, we'll talk about the experience because I'll read what everything does. But I want to get the controversy out of the way about how damn expensive this is.
Is it controversial though? We all knew.
Yeah,
we all knew, but I don't think we all expected. How about that? So, So, 2 guests per cabin is per night is $1,209.
because that 9 is important.
Yeah. Yes.
Like why not like I understand not having something at $20, right?
Right.
$19.99 gives you the what benefit is that $9?
Right.
Like that's for the wristband.
Especially when we're already talking that high
right.
of a number.
It's already $1,200.
I'll talk about that in a second. Or $4,809 for the entire voyage.
And still
for 2 people.
$9.
So and that doesn't 18, 27, 36. So we should end on 30. So I guess they either added $3 to make it work, or they dropped it so it would be. Anyway.
So what is the difference between the whole voyage is both days?
Yeah, it's 2 days. It's 2 days.
So
it's $5,000 for 2 people for 2 days, and that's it. And then 3 guests, 2 adults and a child. It's $889 per guest per night, which makes it $5,299. And then 4 guests, 3 adults, 1 child, is $749 or $5,999.
So for the record, since the Padawan's a Padawan, the Padawan's the child.
Right. So we can even
just so you know.
He's our Grogu.
Yep.
We can just throw him in a pram and fly him in. This is the way.
Yep.
I mean, look, he's cute. It worked out.
Yeah. Got this.
So here are the cabins.
I just shave and then
yeah.
it'll pass.
It'll work. All right.
He's 12, I tell you. 12.
I did meet a 16-year-old who's got like a full mountain beard.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I thought he was 30.
Right.
And he's like, I'm on 16. He's like, I started growing facial hair like on 7th grade. And I'm like,
wow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. So standard cabin is fitted with furnishings and fixtures designed to ensure comfort while traveling throughout the galaxy, including a pull-out table and TV with entertainment from your home planet and window with a view out into space. What if my home planet is Ryloth?
Yeah.
Also, with the price they're asking, they better actually be sending me to space.
Right?
It sleeps 4 to 5 passengers. Room configuration is a queen bed, 2 berths, bunk beds, one for one adult each, and a wall pull down for 1 adult if sleeping 5. It includes amenities, a mini fridge, a hairdryer, in-cabin safe, phone with voicemail messaging. By the way, who uses that? Who uses a phone within voicemail messaging at a hotel? If you do, please email me at scottywhite@gmail.com. I'd like to hear your story.
Got time to call anybody.
Like, the only thing I can think of is, like, when you get those morning, like, voicemails, like, when you buy the character voice.
Yeah, maybe.
But that like...
What would you?
Yeah, but last thing I want on this trip is Palpatine be like, wake up.
Execute Order 67.
That's perfect for waking the family.
Execute Breakfast 32.
Interactive TV, H2O Plus spa, bath, and shower products. The Galaxy Suite sleeps 4, has all that plus 2 pull-down beds. So they're basically hideaway beds, I guess. Because it's a berth, so it's it's built like a cap.
Where are the Twi'lek dancers? Because for this kind of money, like in a suite, there better be some Twi'lek dancers.
And then there's the Grand Captain Suite, because it can be a Grand Admiral Suite.
Yeah. Or Grand Wizard Suite. You can't have that either.
Different kind of experience. I think that's more in South Carolina. No offense to our listeners in South Carolina. You understand? I joke.
Yeah.
Sleeps 8 and 2 queen beds, 2 berths, and 2 wall pull down beds. So, plus all the other stuff.
How much is the experience for 8 people? Like, does that have its own price?
No.
Or is it just for the room and we can just take other people to?
No, but I would imagine it's got to
10K.
be $12K, because if 4 is the 6,000, twice that's $12K.
Yeah.
Which is okay. So
what's the exchange from dollars to Imperial credits? Because
Or are they Republic
New
credits?
Republic credits, right?
okay, either. I'm gonna take some flan. What's up? I'm just gonna walk up with some instant flan like Jello and be like, I'm paying. It works on Moncal. It should work here. It's a Republic planet. Get wrecked.
So the question is, what do you get for your $2,400? It's basically $2,400 a person
Yeah.
for 2 days because you only get the 2 days.
Yeah.
Here's what you don't get: the rest of the park.
Right.
So there's no, you don't get. It's not like a park experience for the whole thing. It's. This is what you get. Okay, fine. Because I'm paying for Star Wars. I am, however, getting a immersive experience. So is $2,400 too much to ask for 2 days to actually be as close as you can be to Star Wars without it being real?
The broken me says absolutely. Because for $2,400, I can take a cruise and actually do the real thing
Yeah.
on Earth, but for like 2 weeks.
Right. There's
But like the frugality and the person that's struggled for 20 years and
right, but set all that aside.
Yeah.
I mean, like if we can figure out how to way to do it with it, figure out a way to do it for next year.
Yeah.
Like late 2022, first 2023. I think the prices may fluctuate when they figure out stuff going on. They get more people to do
Yeah,
it.
because right now the prices sound like they could only really accommodate influencers and wealthy people already. Like
Right, and which we're not yet, but who knows? But I mean, would I rather it be 3 days? 3 days would probably be my feel. I don't.
yeah.
Would be enough to me to LARP Star Wars.
But honestly, you said it doesn't touch on anything else like going to the parks, but if I'm paying that much, I'm not going to a park. Like that's the park. I'm gonna stay in the ship. Like, let me. Is there a sabacc table?
No. Well, there are those things.
Because the problem is for like us, that kind of money, you can't afford the park at that point. You've already made your payment.
Right. Like.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about like after enjoy the park before or after your cruise. I'm like, with what money? I mean, I'm doing this, and this is what we're doing. I'm trying to find there was a listing about what you're doing. Cabins and suites, dining. We'll talk about dining. Oh, what's included? So every Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser vacation package includes a 2-night stay in a well-appointed cabin suite, meals, excluding alcoholic and specialty beverages, of course, and the opportunity to live your Star Wars story through exclusive experiences, missions, and activities. So you get to play Star Wars. You get to LARP for 2 days.
Yeah.
And so there's a sample itinerary. That's what I was looking for. Day 1. This is a sample. You arrive at the terminal. You take your launch pod to the Starcruiser. Because it's going to be totally enclosed, so you can't see Orlando, and you're going to take off. I mean, if anything is like Rise of the Resistance, that's what's going to be.
Or even Star Tours.
Yeah, even like after what you'll understand why I just went immediately to that when you read it.
Okay.
There's light refreshments, sabacc lessons.
So there's your sabacc.
There we go.
You muster at 4:00. Then there's a caption reception. Dining featuring live music, so your Twi'lek dancers may be there. Outer Rim regalia, because there's you are encouraged to cosplay to these things, and so
to kind of fit with.
Think they'll be mad if I show up looking like Luke?
I don't know, but trust me, I don't cosplay. I will if I'm paying this kind of money. I totally cosplay.
Hey, the fact Disney's allowing cosplay because they don't.
Right, they don't allow it in the park.
Right,
unless you're 12 or
under.
They like kids. So like,
and now so people have been doing whatever. There's a form of cosplay where it's like cosplaying but not.
Yeah.
It's like it's clothes, but you like totally that's Star Wars clothes.
Like clothes that are like in tone with
in tone, yeah. Then there's an unexpected story moment where you might prove your mettle to join an elite smuggling ring or hide a stowaway to help the resistance. Okay.
I want to go work this now.
Right.
They won't hire me back, but I want to go work this now.
There's bridge training, and then special atrium entertainment. And that's day 2. Breakfast. Your transport 2x2. Then you get to ride Rise of the Resistance, which part if part of the package lets me ride Rise, that's worth it.
Okay.
You get to ride Smuggler's Run, which is smart. You're paying the premium. You should get to do the premium things. So and skip the lines to do those things. You lunch. You transport shuttle to Starcruiser. Lightsaber training. Droid racing competition. You build model ships. A sabacc tournament.
All right.
All right. So I'm cocktails. Taste around the galaxy dinner, and then another story moment where you plan a heist. Put the heist plan into action, or bring the stolen ship aboard and watch out for the First Order. And then there's a spectacular finale, and then breakfast, and then you on the third day, and then you launch pod back to the terminal. So I'm like,
okay. See, I feel bad. I didn't know at the time that I worked there 25 years too early.
right. So it's this whole immersive experience. It is pricey, but it's Star Wars.
And they are giving you. It sounds like you still get to ride the park rides, even if you don't pay for. I don't know how that's going to work.
They shuttle you into probably a special queue.
Yeah,
is my guess.
So my question is that
because is that price included with the park entry?
Well, I mean, it has to be
because they offer the rides.
At least it's the park entry to Galaxy's Edge, which is in the back of Hollywood Studios. Yeah. So, do you get to do the rest of Hollywood Studios? I don't think you. I don't know.
No.
Well, it would ruin the illusion of
right. So
there's probably like a wristband or something that will say, okay, this is as far as you can go,
right, or something, because you don't want to go through the tunnel. What's the tunnel? Nothing's there. Don't worry about that, traveler. Bright suns.
That's where we send all of our prisoners.
Right. So I'm curious, and I'm if it's anything like Rise of the Resistance, it's the greatest thing ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
it sounds like it includes it.
Right. But which makes me excited, not that it includes it, because Rise was so immersive.
Mm-hmm.
And that was only 15 minutes.
Right.
So that might have just been their test.
Right.
For
to see if they could make
else.
this work. And I think they made it work. I believed it. I mean, it's you had that, this is the fantasy of it, but I'm inside the fantasy. So it's it's close to a holodeck as you can get outside the volume. And so I'm excited. I'm going.
Yeah.
I don't have children or a wife, unlike you. You have lots of.
I mean, I like them and love them. But now you got me questioning. No, I'm just kidding.
So,
because if we do this, I'm gonna then have to do it again with them.
I'm about to say because here's the truth is how much will they hate you when you go without them?
A lot. One in more than the rest.
Danny?
Yeah, oh yeah. The wife will be super duper bad.
Well, maybe we can figure out how to bring them. Whatever, the kids can figure their life out on their own.
They're old enough. Almost.
Right. They're almost. Shit. And since you don't have children either, so you're just like, let's go.
I'm full stag.
So.
Yeah.
So
we need sponsor.
Who's interested in sponsoring us to go to the I have to work it out. We gotta get more and more viewers.
Yeah.
Patreon, GoFund us.
GoFund us. Yeah, that'd be fun.
GoFund me to Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge. Why? Because reasons. Shut up.
Because I want to go.
That would be.
I want to GoFund me. That's what.
That might be one of those things that either you crash spectacularly,
right?
Or people are like, no, I get it, and they just start sending money.
I mean,
I kind of want to do one now.
It's like the early days of Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Like, what do you get? Well, you get my enjoyment. That's what you get.
We will do a spectacular podcast after.
Or during. Because
we'll film while we're there.
Podcast during would be great, because do it in the cabin.
Yeah. That would be very cool.
That would. Yes. I want to do that so bad. That would. I was saying more about the rules about doing that
right.
stuff.
That's what I'm worried about.
Because I'm wondering what their rules like regarding cameras and all that are going to be.
It'd probably be just the same because they kind of want those experience. They want because that's cheap advertising for them. That's free advertising.
Yeah.
In fact, it's better than free because you've paid me to do your advertising.
Right. But I wonder how much of it they want, like, spoiled. In regards,
there's you can't bring cameras in a Rise of the Resistance, and rightfully so because you don't want to be spoiled for that.
No.
That's.
But maybe we get in touch with them and be like, look, tell us what we can and can't talk about. We do a podcast in the middle, after first night, after second night, you know, and you get free advertising.
Yeah,
they won't go for it, but it couldn't hurt to ask.
No.
But so let's. I'm gonna pencil that sucker in. We'll figure that out. Drew, wherever you are, you know you're coming, right, buddy? Because he's got wife. He's got wife and kids too. They're gonna hate him.
Yeah, they can all hate us together,
right?
I'll link arms with them. We'll skip into it.
I may not have a wife or kids, but my parents will hate me for it.
So hey, my parents won't. My parents were like, whatever.
Although it is probably stupid to anger the Sith in the relationship.
Possibly.
Worth it.
Other weird news. I have a toy shop, so I want to talk about toy stuff. So Hasbro has this thing called Haslabs. And Haslab, we've talked about it a couple times on the show, but Haslabs is basically Hasbro's Kickstarter.
Right.
And so they're like, we want to make a cool thing, but we want to see if we can sell X amount before we make the cool thing.
Even though we're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Which makes sense to me because they're targeting specific things. And so
they're niche.
Right, they're very niche. And so and Star Wars toy collectors are passionate. I'll definitely tell you that. They're definitely passionate. And so the first thing, Haslab kicks everything off with this Jabba sail barge for the 3 3/4 inch. So the kids, the toys we used to play with the kids as kids. And so it was this 4-deck huge thing. It was like $500. It now like retails for nearly about $2,000.
Wow.
If you can find them, and they're gorgeous. I did not get one. I was like, nah, that's all right. I'll pass. I'm never, like the sail barge was not a thing I wanted. And then during Mandalorian last year, they did a Razor's Crest,
right? Which I remember we talked about.
Which I got, and so it's they just showed video a few months ago about the production of it. So they had a production copy, so they do all the photos and stuff for it, for the boxes and stuff. Oh, it's gorgeous. So I'll show some of that in this. But it is absolutely fantastic. So I'm hoping at the end of the year, first of next year, it'll be coming in. And they've done some other things. They've done some stuff for the X-Men. Right now there's a Galactus for Fantastic Four that's like 4.5 feet tall. And it's got LEDs. I mean, these are high-end kind of deals. Well, they've kind of slipped out what the next one's going to be for Star Wars. It's a Rancor, but it's one for the scaled for 6-inch figures.
Okay.
So it's going to be a huge ass Rancor.
Yeah.
It's got to be like 4 feet tall too. It's got to be this giant. I'm like, I'm kind of excited for a giant Rancor. And then the best thing about, and this is the question I'm going to give to you guys, because you're both non-canon folk.
Sure.
So this and Rancors have a really interesting history in non-canon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so the neatest thing about the Haslabs, they'll do like Kickstarters will do stretch goals, and so the Haslab does too. After we get so many people, we'll add a thing. And so for the Razor's Crest, they added it came with a Razor's Crest and a Mando figure, and then they added a Grogu, and then they added an escape pod, which we never saw, but it's there.
Yeah, like we knew. Like
I didn't know it was there,
but we never saw it.
I didn't think anyone ever said, "Look, there's the escape pod," but there's there. And then they added the 4 carbonite blocks that you saw in the first episode. Mm-hmm. So they added all. So you get the Mara Jade looking thing. You get the blue guy, Horatio Sands.
Yeah.
You get the George Lucas one, and then you get the Rodian. And then they added an off-world joke. I mean, they just kept adding stuff, and just like and so that was like a $350. But after a while, it's like
it became worth more.
Oh God, yeah!
Them adding stuff on top of it.
It's well worth the price. So I ended up getting one. I should have got 2. I should have got like Rancor. I'm getting 2. I know. I have a toy shop. I got to keep one for me and one to sell in the shop. Right.
Yeah.
So that being said, what's some cool Rancor stuff would you like to see with this?
I mean, depending where they want to go with it,
whatever you want.
Oh,
The
okay.
question is, what would if you were interested in buying this? What were the things? Because I'm looking at Rancor, it's going to look cool, but it's not cool enough for me to like. The Razor Crest was amazing, but I'm like, I'm not going to buy this. And they added stuff, and I was like, okay, now it's worth it.
First thing that comes to mind is a Luke figure to go with it.
Okay, so
See, I was thinking of his handler.
And then the handler as well, especially since like the books have made him a little more important.
Yeah.
right.
What about a collapsible gate
Oh, nice.
that you can kill him with?
with a separate head, so you could.
No, I was just thinking the teeth of the gate
Yeah.
push up so it looks like it's going into
Oh,
its
there's
head.
there.
Or if you really wanted to, you could have the Rancor have a spot, but then you have that weird square.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
But
if
I'm
it's-
also thinking 80s figures, how they would have done
Or,
it. In the
yeah,
80s.
exactly.
Yeah.
Of course,
Saddle.
Yeah,
I mean, if you wanna go Legends.
yeah, because they could ride them.
You guys got maybe a Night Sister on it.
Yeah.
maybe Darth Bane.
see, I knew where he was going to go with this. Ula. And get an Ula.
Like Ula's leg.
I hope they do a munchable Gamorrean guard.
Okay, yeah,
You know,
kind of like the
pork
old
jerky.
80s, 90s figures.
Yeah.
That like
pork-
what we talk about.
Right, pork jerky. Just
Yeah.
yeah. So
Wait, never mind. This thing's like 4 feet tall. You're thinking?
yeah, it's got to be 4
Okay.
feet. I think it's going to be at least 4 feet tall.
Okay, then you can't do what I want to do.
You want it bigger?
No. I was thinking. So, the only Rancor pit we ever really got was on the Jabba the Hutt figure, and he came on that weird
Yeah.
throne that had a thing that was that deep.
Yeah, he was super
Like,
super shallow.
You could almost lay somebody down in it,
Right.
Depending on the figure, and it would actually close.
Right, and that Rancor I'm not sure if that's the Rancor pit or it's supposed to be, but then you look at it, I guess it has to
It
be.
had like bones and stuff. In it.
Right.
Yeah.
But he sat on it. It used it.
Well, remember, after Ula falls, he slides forward.
Yeah,
over
it's
no.
the
They
thing.
push his dais over to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't let him
because his dais goes over the hole,
Yeah.
like the trapdoor,
Right.
not the actual.
Right. So he's not
viewing
like he's not like sitting
No,
on
but
top
it goes
of it.
over the trap door,
Right.
which to me
Yeah.
that was.
Right.
Because it opens up.
Because there's the trapdoor and then there's the viewing pit.
It's a
Right.
very poorly designed toy.
But that's why.
And I had like 4 of them.
So enough people kickstart it, we get big ass Jabba
Yeah.
on a giant thing that he can then have his own pit, like
I
the size of this table.
I want to say they did something similar for the vintage collection, or maybe the 3 3/4 Black Series. Where they did a Jabba and a Rancor.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like something they would have done with the
But it was a
micros.
big box where you could. But I think the box was designed to be the pit, not like more displayable than it was playable.
Sounds like a micros thing that they would have built because micro.
Oh, yeah.
the micro figures they did all those type of things.
Right. Yeah, that would have been. See.
Because I managed to get a couple of those 2 Pensacons ago.
Yeah.
May as well at this point put a voice box in it so you can have it make noises or make it a remote control.
Right.
It'll be like one of
Chase
those.
your dog around. That'd be a fun
Yeah.
TikTok.
Well, see, they did. Hasbro did a remote control. You run it from the app. But it's a remote control Optimus Prime that transforms and
Yeah.
everything. It's also like $700.
Right.
Were they the ones that did the remote control BB-8 one too?
Yeah, they did the BB-8 remote controls, which I wanted one.
Yeah. And once again, it was an app on your phone. And
Right, and it moved pretty well for us. And then
Yeah.
they made BB-8 or BB-9.
90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
BB-9.
but remember when we saw it? I mean, we both talked
Oh,
about
yeah,
it like
yeah.
he's BB-8.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
So,
And I think that's what most of the internet acknowledged the name of it too.
BB-8, and so I was very proud of that. I want to see a Night Sister on it. I just want to just give me a Night Sister on the back of a Rancor.
The Tenel Ka, right? Just like random nights. It's like, wait, why do I know that name? No, don't worry about it.
Not even Ventress or anything.
No,
Yeah.
just Tenel Ka from
Yeah.
the young Jedi through. She's gonna lose an arm at one point. Don't
Right.
worry about her.
Don't worry about it. That would
She'll
be,
also be the head of whatever the
Yeah.
AP's consortium or whatever.
Yeah, see, that would be the fun stuff. That would be the fun stuff. So I know Hasbro's not listening to us, but hey, you never know.
At the very least, give us a pit.
She could have a malfunctioning Rancor tooth lightsaber,
Oh.
and then Jason takes her arm.
See, it's funny.
But I love you.
Hasbro was celebrating the 50th anniversary of.
Sorry, I killed the Padawan.
That's what he's there for. We push him out in front of danger. They take that. But they there's a whole Hasbro's doing this 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm, and they're celebrating different aspects of Star Wars.
I mean, Lucasfilm as a whole is kind of doing that,
right? But they're for their toy line, they're different, and they've re-released and made new figures and they've all got these 50th anniversary stickers, and the closest thing to Legends that they have done is kind of like a comics line stuff, and so we haven't got like a. We haven't got a Jason. There is a Jason and Jaina figure from Vintage, but we haven't got like really good ones.
Right.
And so it's
was that Karner from that new line?
Yeah. So I got a Karner Jax from the Crimson Empire. It's a sweet boxer, and they made that, and they made the Rabbit guy, and they made
which he's canon now.
Yep, and they made Jackson.
I forget the pun for his last name.
Yeah.
He's a green space rabbit.
From like Star Wars.
Yeah, he used to be in the old 70s Marvel comics, and he's like Han Solo's rival.
Right, and he's in like one or two issues. Yeah.
I forgot.
But now he's canon because he was in the Star Wars Adventures comics from IDW.
Yeah, so.
Okay. I forgot about it.
Right.
Like, wow.
Oh,
that's not the only thing they took because they brought the Bounty Hunter from that same line.
Wow.
And that's why in the Bounty Hunter comics, I forget his name now.
Did they bring Phage back into the comics?
Not that I know of. I'd have
Is
to.
it Phage? What is his name? The Purge. The guy from the Bounty Hunter you couldn't kill in the first run of the Clone Wars.
Oh. Dirge. Yes, Dirge is now canon because he just recently appeared in Dr. Aphra as part of the War of the Bounty Hunters crossover.
I thought they brought him back.
Yep.
He was always an interesting looking dude.
Yeah. He's only appeared a little bit so far.
Wasn't he like pre-Grievous Grievous?
I think
he was like the main
artwork.
I think his artwork was initially like the original Grievous idea, and then they were like, he'll make a better bounty hunter. Didn't
he also have the mammoth skull on him somewhere, or some kind of
Mandalorian? But he also his whole thing was he actually hated Mandalorians, which is why he joined the Separatists, because he was like, oh, I get to kill 1,000 Mandalorians all day.
Okay. He's not canon?
He is now.
Yeah, he wasn't because he was in the.
He was only in that Clone Wars cartoon, but now they brought him into Dr. Aphra.
Okay.
Hey, maybe we'll see him in a future or something.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he appears more in the current storyline they're doing.
And so
okay,
we were talking Bad Batch later before we started recording. So, but so yeah, they did a Luke from Last Command, which is just a reprint of like Dagobah Luke. Honestly, they just painted a black shirt on him. He's got no jacket. It's just I think there's
muscle shirt.
Yeah,
I mean.
Hasbro kings of repainting. There's a guy we can paint him 5 times. We're releasing that dude 5 times. So it's not as bad as like Kenner back in the day, like with Batman. Mm-hmm. They'd make one Batman mold, like in the 1989 or the early 90s Batman. There'd be one mold.
Yeah,
he'd be 12 Batmans. He's like, all right, paint him white, Arctic Batman. Paint him yellow, he's Aqua Scuba Batman. Paint him blue, he's Blue Balls Batman. He's all kinds of Batman.
Oh my.
Okay.
He's lots of Batman. So Hasbro just does the same thing, especially with Stormtroopers, man. They'll take clone troopers and just point. All right, we'll put a blue stripe. Yeah. He's this guy. He's a red stripe. He's that guy. And it's like,
now he's Rex. Now he's Cody.
Right. The same mold. It doesn't matter. Stop looking.
We just give them different weapons and.
How it works. Well, the clone guy, they're like that. They probably got excited when they said, "Oh, they're all clones."
Yep.
We'll make one and be like 30 guys out. They go, kids will buy it. It'll be great.
Yeah. Not to mention, like with random Joes and Stormtroopers and Cobra guys,
right?
Like, you want 10 of the same just to have fodder.
So my parents never let me buy the extra guys.
Really?
Yeah. Their whole thing was you only have one.
Yeah.
You have the one.
I mean, I didn't really do it. I wanted to.
Right.
But like, yeah. I don't know. But I was spoiledish, so.
Gotcha.
Spoiled adjacent.
So let's talk Bad Batch.
All right.
Had that only child thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
Bad Batch, episode 2, Cut and Run. Yay. Which we find the Bad Batch on the run from their shenanigans in the last episode.
Yep.
And they don't know how to do it.
run.
Right, they don't.
Yeah,
they have no idea. They're
like, we've always just done what we were told.
Yeah, we don't know how to run. We'll just do what we can.
Hunter, you know a guy.
And so they find a guy who helps them. I did not see these episodes of the Clone Wars with Cut.
Okay, so I've watched Clone Wars a lot, so I can kind of lay out a little bit of the background. So in one of, it was like a 2-episode arc,
right,
where they were basically just hunting Grievous down, and Rex got injured, and he found himself being taken into Cut's home, not knowing Cut was there yet, because at the time it was just his wife and the kids. Eventually, Cut comes home and he's like, "Wait a minute, you're a clone," and learns to be okay with the fact that Cut doesn't want to fight.
And Cut's a clone, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Cut's a clone.
So Cut
look like me.
How could you not tell he was a clone?
No, I'm just...
So that's how Rex kind of figured out. He was like, "Wait a minute, you look exactly like me," and the kids were also like, "Hey, you look like our dad."
Yeah.
So that's how Rex kind of put 2 and 2 together.
So it's funny to me that they look like Twi'leks, but Jason doesn't.
Yeah,
that was my first like.
Right.
Jason looks like Kanan with green hair and like slightly bigger ears. And my thought was,
so they never really explain if it's his biological children or if he kind of just stepped in as the dad.
Okay.
They never really explain that. So I guess it's up to how you want to view it.
Right.
But also they kind of were already about the age they are in the show right now, so it would have been, I guess Cut would have had to leave even before the war.
Right. So I guess it wasn't a lot of time between this.
Yeah. And so Cut was like one of the first to be like, I'm going to be completely free because that's my right. And Rex was like, you know what? I don't agree, but I will respect that.
Right. So we get...
And so that's how Rex is kind of the only one that has contact with them. So.
Right. So the Bad Batch finds Cut and his wife, who's a Twi'lek, whose name is... Ha 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 ha! No, I was hoping Caleb, which is...
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it before now, but I forgot the name.
That's okay. That's why we have...
What, it's not Run? Come on.
See, that was been too clever.
No. But yeah, which I'm actually curious how, I guess Rex told Bad Batch about Cut, because Rex was the only one who knew about Cut.
He would have had to.
Because Rex promised to basically not tell on Cut at the end of the episode that Cut was introduced in. Because they end up fighting droids together because the droids attack.
Sue.
Oh, Sue.
Yeah, Sue. And then the kids are Fuja and Shaya.
Oh, okay.
Who are both played by Asajj Ventress.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nick Voderman does the voice for that one.
Yeah.
So the Bad Batch lands on this planet where they're going to find Cut, and they get off the planet, and the first thing that Omega does is freak out over dirt.
Yes,
which
I really like that.
So
beat,
this is something I like in the newer Star Wars content that I feel like prequels and original trilogy kind of miss out on. Is I've grown up on this one type of planet my whole life. Oh, wow, I'm looking at the galaxy for the first time and seeing different things. They did it great in The Force Awakens.
I think so, too. I agree that...
When Rey, sees all the trees and everything, and it's just like, oh, so this is the galaxy.
Right.
And then the same thing with Omega and Bad Batch.
All right, so my only question is this. So there are... and I know the answer is it's a water planet, but honestly, there's no dirt on Kamino?
I mean... The only
probably
thing would be dust.
It would probably be on the ocean floor.
Yeah, dust and dirty from tracking it in from off planet. But,
right.
But to her, probably it is not the same.
Because the facility also is probably kept completely clean, 24/7, because it's a science facility, and they're not going to let.
Yeah.
Especially not the Kaminoans. They're not going to let dirt.
She's what, 9? I believe
9 or 10.
Yeah.
Right. That just is an inherent child. Dirt. I'm gonna find it, and this is the best.
Yeah, right. So they go and trek through the forest, and Omega has the best time of her life, looking at just everything, which is trees, bug, whatever. I'm Omega. This is things I love.
Ooh, catch.
Right. And then they meet Cut and his wife Sue and their children. And then the kids are just immediately going, oh, look, it's another kid, and runs off with the other child.
Which is exactly, yep.
Yeah. So my question about that is, they they play catch basically with Omega, and she has no concept of, which makes sense to me because there's no other kids. I mean, well, that's true. That's not true. There are kids, but
they're being trained to be child soldiers.
Right. So I don't know how long they are kids. You're like, how long?
It's like 3 weeks.
Right, 3 weeks. It's like,
yeah.
Now I'm 20.
Right. And so I get that she doesn't have a concept to play. My question is, would she be interested in it?
Oh, I'm sure.
She doesn't have. Is it a concept?
It's hard. I guess that would be hard to answer because we don't really know her well enough yet.
Right.
By this point in the show.
No, but we know enough to know that she's curious.
Yes.
Right.
She craves
because she has that. She has that scientific. She has
the
the scientific brain of being curious about everything.
Right.
And she jumped on the boat with them.
Yep.
To get off. I mean, to get off planet.
Just
she's
to explore.
Excited, and she sees somebody her own age that is wanting to play, which is something that she's never done. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but show me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what it probably comes down to. Then, yeah.
I thought it was I didn't think it was weird. I thought she acclimated it to really fast.
She's the clone. So.
And also,
there's that.
We also later learned she's very good at acclimating to things.
Yes. Right. She's.
What's this? Oh,
I'm good. Whatever. We learned that the Empire is terrible and is doing terrible things.
They are now not only just keeping numbers for their clones, now it's for everybody.
Right. So
everybody gets numbers.
And technically introduces the chain codes,
which we
don't see we learned about
in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And so now we see their origin. And everyone freaks out. I'm like, what do you mean, like a social security card?
Yeah.
Don't we all have numbers on this planet? Did anyone freak out? Probably no in our country. They all probably freaked out when that first showed up.
Yeah.
I'm probably.
Yeah. Just
based on the last year and a half.
Yeah, right.
Probably.
You ain't giving me no number. Anyway.
Yeah.
Which Cut can't get because Cut's a deserter.
Yep. Because I assume the way they do it is they bioscan you to make sure you're not a criminal before giving you your chain code.
Right.
And then, or chain code, prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is that.
They probably go, okay, you have a chain code now, but now you're going to prison.
Yeah.
Right.
Now Azkaban.
What? What do you mean Azkaban? What did I do?
Well, you existed.
That's right.
So they have to make a chain code, and of course, Tech can do that because Tech is the Mary Sue of the damn show.
And unfortunately, Echo's not allowed to ever do anything.
No, because they have a Tech. That's like our whole argument is why do you have a Tech and an Echo?
Because one can splice, one can create.
Sure, they both can do hell. Why do you have an Echo? Tech could probably do create, and he's got two hands.
Yes, but you have an Echo because you don't have a droid, and so he's got the weird
he's got to be the droid
appendage that goes in the things that R2's always
the only other droid they got is Gonk, and he's there just to be a power source. He's a walking battery.
But we're not on the second to last episode.
No.
No, he's got the thing that R2 always gets the virus from.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing. He's got to put it in other things. The reason we have a BB-8.
Yeah. The reason why
I just want to call it a space stick. They have a space stick to make it work.
Well, I was trying to be PG.
Yeah.
If you notice, our podcast is considered adult themed.
Oh.
And you can say space stick at least twice in a podcast.
Well, I guess that's it
for PG through this episode.
So we're done.
All right. So for now on, we'll call them Stellar Richards. I think it broke the Jedi Master.
Because when I hear stellar, I don't think space. I think amazing. So now I'm figuring
that makes it
you're critiquing now.
Well, that's what makes it even better.
You're critiquing Echo's technique.
It's the best Richard in the galaxy.
That is a stellar Richard, sir.
Your Richard is stellar.
Well, I think Echo would accept that compliment.
Probably.
I feel like Echo is probably not complimented by the rest of Bad Batch.
I think they barely tolerate him. He's like, oh, you're a freak, and you're barely a freak,
yeah.
so we have to...
You're like a reg freak.
Yeah, you're a reg.
Right.
Yeah, I feel bad. Echo, I like Echo mainly because I like him in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So, I feel like he's wasted in this show.
I don't know. Every time they come across another reg, I'm waiting for them to have another Echo moment.
Yeah.
So, to make up for Crosshair.
Yeah.
So... episode before this last one. I was like, but then I was like, Grayson must. I don't want to get into that episode too much, but Grayson's like, no, because he's going to go over there with them and do the thing. And I was like, okay.
I do like the one episode though that we haven't gotten to yet. That's kind of an homage to one of the Droids episodes.
We'll talk about it when we get there. We'll get there.
Tease. We're going to tease you with our space Richard. Wait, no, wrong.
Ooh, no.
Would that be a porg tease? Thank you. I'm here all night. Please.
What?
He got it. 3 listeners who listen to us on the radio right now got it too, so I'm proud of it.
I don't get the porg part, I guess.
Change a letter.
Change a couple of letters, actually. I was more of like birds.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But
I'm just going to stay over here and be lost.
But yeah, so...
Alternate term for rooster.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, there were so many steps in that I I fell down the stairs.
That was more steps than what I was thinking.
I was like, push!
Oh, I forgot about the Rooster Tease term anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, porg tease. Porg tease.
Yeah.
What?
Welcome to
Penguin books. Like,
oh, look, you were like
my book. I was gone.
I just didn't want to say cock tease. Jesus Christ. Oh, we're earning our explicit tag today.
Yep.
All
right. So yeah, they got a
children. Yeah. If you're listening, a cock tease is
nope.
Nope.
Although now I wonder if the porg tease is what makes the weird cows do the milk thing. They just sit on the beach while the porgs do a little dance, and then Luke's like, "Perfect milk." This is better with video now too.
Poor Caleb.
Welcome to Crazy Zone.
Anyway, so Amiga almost gets eaten by a cat.
Yep.
It was a Nexu, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Nexu.
Yep, because she was like, "Hey, my ball went over the fence,"
and they're like, "You're gonna leave it." And she's like, "No, I'm Omega.
We're gonna recreate the Sandlot."
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good. Yeah. Nice. Fun fact: Darth Vader was in that as well.
Yep.
So the Nexu comes to try to eat her. She's Hunter comes saves the day along with Sue, who's the best Twi'lek shot in the planet. They didn't need
another reg. Let's just replace Cross-Eye with her. Cross-Eye. Cross-Eye. Crosshair with her.
Yeah. Cross-eyed comes up in here. It's for the parody. That's for the really bad batch. So they rescue her, and then Hunter yells at her because he's being the dad.
Yep. It's his first sort of
his first
dad moment.
Yeah, first dad moment. And then cuts like, dude, nice job being a dad. Tone it down a bit.
But she's not a soldier.
No,
you can get onto her, but
7. Leave her alone.
There's certain levels of getting onto your child.
I do like what Sue says, and as a parent, you understand this. Like, they're kids; they will find their way into trouble.
Yeah,
what they do. Yeah. And I'm like, that's the best parenting advice I've ever heard. It's
pretty good.
So I dug that. They try to go get the family off the planet because the Empire's getting too crazy. Then like, oh, we need to get chain codes. So Tech's like, I can make chain codes
because of course he can.
So. Tech and Echo go try.
And Echo also goes, I can make chain codes because he echoes Tech.
Yeah. And he's like, we'll hack the ship together.
We just call him Techo.
Well, if they get together before the end, that's
that's their ship name.
Ship name. Our ship name is Techo.
Techo getting tacos.
Not if they're shipping together. Get it.
Depends on what they're into.
Yeah.
They may like that Mon Calamari.
Flan.
I like how you made flan obscene. It's like the word moist. You just don't. I just never want to hear flan again.
Oh shit!
It's the best episode ever. I've missed this, guys. I really have. Yeah. There's a lot of it I'm just trying to just get out. Flan. Anyway. So, Echo's Tech's idea is to have the ship impounded so they can get to where you can get the stuff to make the thing to do the tech to whatever, which is a good plan. Except
what did you say?
To tech.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because that's what they do. Here's a tech. We're gonna make more tech, so we tech to tech.
Okay.
So,
I honestly thought you had a tick there for a second, like a tick to tech.
It could be. It could
Meanwhile,
be
the rest of them think, let's just get in line,
right,
and hope for the best. We'll hope by the time we're in the front of the line, it'll be made.
But
maybe by the time we're there, the Empire's good again.
I like Hunter's like, that's a great planet. Some Amiga's on the ship,
right?
Because that's where she went to go pout,
and
take off her weird, childlike Empress crown she wears. Hunter, give me a name.
And then he just says unintelligible noises.
He says it's Omega, and she goes, "No, wrong, Amiga." I hope they address it. I like the fans are going nuts. I've been reading comments about why can't they pronounce her name right?
Right.
She's the only one that says it, and then everybody else is like Omega.
And I'm like, I did it as a joke, but I'm really on it. Like they're misnaming this poor child. Man, that's not right. That's not right. You gotta fix that. You gotta fix that. Lucasfilm do better. So
Dave Filoni, get on it.
He might actually.
We'll just start calling him Dave, see if he likes it.
Dave.
He might though. That's a pretty nice name. Yeah, no, just call me Dave.
Just call him Plo Clone. That's what he really wants to be called.
Well, then we don't call him that.
Right.
Like that's the point of his his
Plo Clone
hand slapping.
What's up, Plo Clone? That's what happens when he comes down to Alabama. Blue Clone, what's up?
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
How you like that methane? Is that good?
Everything good? We like a different kind of methane
that's
here.
A different kind of methane. We got methanes, not methane.
Methane in there. This project.
Their teeth look like yours.
Talk about a tangent we've been on this episode. I'm literally, my eyes are watering. I'm crying. It's been a good episode. What else happened? Oh yeah. So
they get busted.
Echo and Tech go. Echo goes to get the stuff. So he needs cards and some other reader to make them work. And apropos for the Empire, nothing's guarded.
Right.
It's like, this is a high security thing. We got one dude who's just going to leave.
And not only that, their fencing system is just...
You can walk over it.
It's a
3-foot high concrete fence. Yeah. Cool. The Empire's not great.
No. That's why they only lasted like 40 years.
Right. So they steal the... Echo steals the thing. Because Echo and Techo are literally the same guy. It's harder.
Just call him Techo. Techo 1 and Techo 2.
If I remember correctly, Echo's trying to mess with the ship while Wrecker is... Well, no, Wrecker's still waiting.
They go in line. They're in line.
Well, I know eventually Wrecker leaves the line.
Yeah, because he's got to go rescue Omega.
Here's the easy way to remember. Tech is the one that can do things that requires two hands.
Two-hand Tech.
Echo's like, I'm putting it in you.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
So Tech went to get the...
So Tech went to go get... is working on the stuff. Echo goes to get the stuff. They get back to get the stuff. And so they start making the chain codes. That's what I'm trying to get to. Echo goes to undock them because they're locked in, a la Solo in the Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes the things, and Omega's like, okay, I'll go give them to the people in line because I'm tiny and no one can see me, and no one listens to her because she's a child, and so they're like, we don't know what we're gonna do, and they look and she's gone because impulsive. I mean, she just does.
As soon as she has the idea, if nobody listens, hey, I'm just gonna do it.
Tech is like cool with it. She's like, Hunter's like, how's it? Omega's coming, and it's like Hunter's like, you sent her by herself. She just went.
Yeah,
dude, she's your child. I don't have. Babysitting is not in my MOS. I don't know. It's just not what I do, buddy. It's not what I do.
It's not why I was programmed.
Right, exactly. And so, Wrecker goes to rescue Omega. There are
because he's Uncle Wrecker.
He is Uncle Wrecker. Mm-hmm. He's so great. Echo gets caught making trying to get the ship out, and then that causes more clone troopers to show up, and then it turns into the Empire shoots lasers, everyone else shoots stun weapons because the good guys can't hurt anybody. I'm like, these dudes are trying to kill you, and you're cool with that? Well, they're our brothers. They don't see it that way.
Because for now, it's still mostly clones.
So Omega gets back to Hunter and the family, and she's like, hey, they made an extra chain code. And he's like, about that. You're going with these folks now because...
I feel like I'm inadequate to be your dad.
Right, I'm not a dad. I'm soldier. This guy's a dad. You need one that. And look, there's a bonus. There's a mom.
Which if we see,
she's pretty awesome.
Which in Star Wars, that is the most dad thing for him to do.
Right. I'm passing you off. And then she's like, but why? I'm not Why? And
did I mess up?
You did. Did by existing. And so
Damn.
they fight their way back to the ship, and then Amika just leaves. And like the family's like cool with it too. They're like, "All right, where did Amika go? All right, cool. We're just gonna get on board."
Yep.
Not our child.
Right. We file that under NMP.
Right.
Not my problem.
Not my problem. I guess maybe she'll end up back with the Clone Force 99. Maybe she won't. None. Who knows?
What's the Empire going to do to a child?
Lots of things.
Yeah.
So the family gets off safely. The Bad Batch is reunited with Omega, and they're off for more adventures.
Yep, because they just say, "Oh well, that didn't pan out the way we wanted
to."
Oh well, next thing.
So on to the next adventure.
And then they all learn the lesson of family. You know, just like an old family ties and growing pains,
right?
And Fast and Furious,
Yeah,
and
Fast and Furious. It's all about family.
I can't even try to do his voice.
Family. Overall, it was a good episode. It's a good world building episode. It's we're gonna get a few of these, where it's the adventure of the week kind of thing. But at least this one builds onto something.
I also defend the adventure of the week thing. Just because Rebel showed it works.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I just it's fine. Especially in the first season because you got to you've got to show what these folks can do. I literally get Echo and Tech mixed up, and I know they're distinctly different, but like really they do the same thing. One just has a scomp link.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think they just need to give Echo more things to do that are purely Echo.
Right, like
because if you watch Clone Wars, you know who Echo is because you've already followed him on so many adventures. You've seen him when he first became part of the 501st onward. You've seen his entire career. So to kind of treat Echo like this now is kind of a disservice in a way to the character.
Well, we'll see what happens to the future.
Yeah, there's episodes. I think there's an episode this season that treats him a little better.
We'll talk about that when we get there, I guess. Anything else you guys want to mention? Any other Star Wars news or things we forgot?
Well, you jinxed Star Wars Hunters.
I did. Star Wars Hunters is not happening now.
Yeah.
Or not happening for a while.
Not until next year.
Right, so sorry about that.
We were talking about it last week.
Yeah, we did.
And you said, well, I don't because I was saying what games are left that are coming out this year.
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars and Star Wars Hunters. And you were like, well, that one's probably going to get pushed. And sure enough.
And they listened to the podcast and was like, he's right.
Oh. Actually, did you see the article about the Star Wars Lego Halloween special?
Yes.
That looks interesting.
Which I'm glad they're doing that because I like the holiday special too, and also I like reading the IDW what they do with the Vader castle stuff every year.
I wanted to like the holiday special, and there's good jokes in it overall. So
it's definitely better than the last holiday special.
But the last holiday special gave us Boba Fett, friend,
and indigestion.
I didn't eat the special. Did you eat the special? You're not supposed to eat the special.
They're so coked out, it's not funny.
And let's not forget Chewbacca's dad.
Yeah, and Lumpy. Wasn't it Lumpy from
Which
that one?
Lumpy is canon.
Yeah. Lumpardaroo or whatever.
Yeah, it's his actual son. And yep.
Well, look at there. It's Itchy's the wife, right?
Itchy's is his dad.
Okay,
and then Mala,
yeah, Mala, Itchy, and Lumpy. God, I blame Bruce Valanche for this. Bruce Valanche wrote this thing. Which, if Drew was here, he'd do the Jim J. Bullock thing.
Well, I just thought about Jim J.
Yeah, Jim J. Bullock, who I've decided is the patron saint of our podcast.
That's fine.
Who is not a Star Wars guy at all. I kind of want to get Jim J. Bullock into Star Wars. I just want to
At least we got Jefferson Starships in that special too.
That too. That's. We need it.
Maybe. What great timing too for them because they change their band name all the time, so it was great timing for them to be the Starships when the holiday special was made.
Yeah. Airplane, Jefferson's Starship, and then Starship. Who they built this city.
They did.
They built this city on rock.
On constantly the very top of the worst song of all time.
Yeah, every time remember
I don't understand. I love that song.
It's catchy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is catchy. We built this city.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like my karaoke favorite.
Toxic?
And nothing wrong with Toxic.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Isn't that your karaoke favorite?
Depending on how much I have to drink.
Okay.
It is in my repertoire, though. Especially when I got a good crowd, I want to make them laugh. Toxic always does it. I love karaoke. All right. Well, I guess that's about it, right?
Sure.
All right. Yep. This is Scotty saying this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours, and may the force be with you.
I knew you were going to say that.
This is the way. Bye. R.I.P. Marky Post.
Yep.
Thank you for listening to the Mobcast Network.